everybody, it's Becca J. I want to do something a little different today. I want to test an all-day experience. Today we're going to test the Urban Decay Naked Skin. It's the Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup, peptide infused, light diffusing, paraben free. And then you're supposed to shake it. What happened was I had gone to Ulta. I had bought the Too Faced, I believe. It was the Born This Way. Yeah, I didn't realize it was medium to full coverage, so I got it home and I'm like trying to put it on and it was just so thick. It's not my style. I like sheer to medium, you know, sometimes even a tinted moisturizer. So when you're shaking this, don't hold it by just the lid. It will go flying. But I had to exchange it and I asked the lady there, I said, this is my problem. I don't want this kind. And I had looked online and looked at some other things and everything I had picked out was the same way. Medium to full. So I was in between this and Buxom. And the lady actually took me over. We did my swatches. The Urban Decay, the Naked Skin, it was then like spot on. I did notice, because usually I'm like a 1.5, and she hooked me up with a 2, and it does oxidize a little bit, so I think I'm still just not sure how I feel. I don't know if I'll be exchanging it for like a 1.5, even though that was a little too pink. I don't know. But we put it on. It was perfect. It was everything I wanted. Brought it home. Like I said, I noticed it oxidized. And we're going to do a video to see how long it lasts all day. And the first part of the video is for basic. So, because believe it or not, not everybody out there uses primers and setting powders and setting sprays, and I didn't even know about half of that stuff until just in the past couple months, and I didn't have any of that. So I was always, you know, putting on moisturizer, which we're going to do in a minute, and then putting on a foundation, and then I would put compact powder back over that. And I was always having lifting, separating. My forehead was really bad, especially in the summer when I sweat. Because, I mean, I'm in the Southwest swelter. It's hot. You melt. But I always like, it's my foundation. It's my foundation. There's something wrong with my foundation. And I was crying about it to somebody that I know. Turns out she's a Mary Kay lady. And she told me about primer. I knew about it because I watched videos of other beauty people, but it just wasn't something I did. So today's video is going to be for the basic people. Like, no primer, no setting spray, no setting powder. I'm just going to get into it and then we can talk as we go. So I'm going to put on a moisturizer. I use the Clear Proof oil-free. For acne-prone skin, I use that. I love this stuff. This is like, I just ordered my 3rd bottle because I go through it so much, and it's really good. It's really lightweight, too. And it smells so good. Okay, put that back. Okay, and I've always been one of those people, too, until recently, to where I was like, I'm getting a beauty blender. I got one of those. Changed my world. I got one of these little brushes from Real Techniques. Love it even more than a beauty blender. That changed my world. But there are people who still use their fingers, you know, and I was one of those until just like a month ago. So we are going to do that. I just did my moisturizer. It's good. I'm going to try this today with just my fingers. It comes out, it's real thin. So when you And that's enough to do like my whole face. And then you can see it's like starting to drip. So yes, it's thin. Don't think that there's something wrong with your foundation. It's just thin. So I'm going to dot it on where I need to. Okay, so that might not do my whole face. If I was using a brush, it would. And I'm just going to use my fingers. And this is for very light sheer coverage. See, I don't even with me learning more, I don't contour, I don't bake, I do like to highlight though, but I don't do my under eyes. I know, I think people out there just about passed out. It is very thin, so it's hard to spread it with a finger. But that's it. Okay, so I do have to add more. It just doesn't want to spread very well with the finger. It does do it. It's just going to use more than what I'm used to with like that brush. And it has a very smooth, almost, it's almost a powder finish. It really feels great. Very lightweight. I just don't know if it's my right color, you guys. Okay, so it's all on there. I'm seeing a couple places I could add more. That's what the lady did tell me. She used a stipple brush, or a brush and stippled, and it was beautiful. I was like, I need it. You sold me. I wasn't even out of the chair before I was like, where's the cash register? But it wants to build evenly. You know, and it's easy with the finger to just kind of pat it. Once you put that initial layer on and you go back, you can just pat it to blend it in. You don't have to smear it around some more. It's very thin, very sheer, but yet it's there. And that's what I like. I like to even out my skin tone with a foundation just to kind of smooth and blur everything out. And it did that. Easy peasy. Now before I learned about setting powders and sprays, this is what we're going to do because people out there do it. Because I do it. Or I did. And sometimes even. I am just going to take my Mary Kay. This is actually an ivory number 2 color. But it is the powder. And it's not a setting powder. I mean, it's makeup powder. I didn't even know there was a difference between, you know, people would say, oh, put powder on. I was always thinking it was compact powder. I didn't know there was a difference between compact powder and setting powder. Comes with a brush, but I still like to use like these sponges, kind of like what like CoverGirl would do. So this is how we're going to set this for the basics, ultimate basics. It's not that it's wrong, it's just a lot of people do it. I used to do it, so I know there's people out there. So we're gonna try it just like that today. I was gonna say something and I forgot. And so I was upgrading my makeup slowly till I got to the Mary Kay, and it worked. And then that's when I realized I only had 50% of my problem solved. 50% of it was finding the right foundation that worked for me, that looked great, that didn't break me out. This Mary Kay stuff does not break me out. But the other half was understanding my skin type. You know, so I'm combo. So I get oily here. I'm going to get dry here and here a little bit, but still oily. So I would say that's a percentage of that, 50%. And then there was also understanding, okay, well, there's primers and there's moisturizers and there's so many other things to help your makeup stay and not melt. And I just didn't know those and I didn't understand those. So I was always struggling to find something that worked for me. But even when I would do this simple, easy peasy, the Mary Kay was good. But like I said, I had a gift card. I kind of was like, I couldn't find anything else I wanted because I had to return something. And I was like, I'll try foundation. I need a new color for winter. Got the wrong kind. And the lady helped me. Now I can already tell it's settling in my nose a little bit and it's dry right on the outside of my nostril. I can feel my mouth dry here. But just like that, it's even, it's smooth, it feels good, it doesn't feel like anything's on, I'm just feeling dry. And that's not a lotion fault. Y'all saw me put lotion on. I'm sure if I put the primer on, it would have helped solve it. Okay, so I'll check in later, and then at the end of that, tomorrow I'll film with all of the stuff under it. You know, the moisturizer, the primer. I do a serum and then a primer. I do the setting powder, and then I spray. So we'll test it longevity-wise, both ways. All right. See you in just a little bit. Okay, so it's been like 12 hours. I am completely exhausted. Surprisingly, my makeup is still on. As you can see, I have oil spots, shine, and throughout the day all I did was just blot with toilet paper because not everybody has blotting papers either. Or I would press it. I never reapplied any of the powder. My eyeshadow lasted pretty long too. Let me get here, let's see. So here I've noticed it kind of caked a little and sunk into the pores really bad. That's not gonna work. My little one. There's not a whole lot of makeup left on my nose. There is right here. I tried to be easy with it, not to rub it off. Same thing here. I feel like it's just thicker here. It's right here in the thing. It kind of looks a little cakey. My mascara has fallout. But other than that, it's not too bad. It's just there's not much left of it. And I mean, I wasn't a delicate flower today. I didn't just sit around and do nothing. You know, I picked up kids from school. Let's see, we had 2 doctor's appointments. Cook, clean, and not just lightly. I did a lot. I was active today. It wasn't too hot outside. It was about 75 today, so there wasn't a lot of sweat. I'm sure if I had sweated in this area, it would be off. But so if you're wondering if this Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup would work for you, for the people who are, I say, low maintenance, and I don't mean it in a bad way because I am there too. sometimes, most of the time. This will definitely work, and it will work all day, especially like if you went to work, it'd be fine. You might want to invest in blotting papers. But I have combo skin. And then if you're going to go out and do something after work, date night, out with the girls, out with the guys, whatever it is that you're going to do, I would just take it off and reapply, because it's not exactly pristine. But it did not fail me. It did not do weird things. The areas I had felt dry just from my own skin, they quickly stopped feeling dry. But like I said, it didn't fail. It's been 12 hours and this is what it looks like. I don't know how it compares. We could try to put more powder on and see how that sets, because I didn't do that today either. I did not reapply powder or anything. I let it be as it was and had a crazy day. Okay, so just after going ahead and putting more powder on top, just in case you did want to just touch it up like that, I don't suggest. I mean, it's still fine. It just took the oil away, just mattified it. But the areas to where it was getting kind of caked, they're darker. I feel it's more prominent, more obvious that it's not fresh. Okay, so do I recommend that for that? Yes, because there may be days like I don't want to do all that stuff, even just for me personally. That's the kind of person I am. That's my roots. That's where I came from. Just slapping it on and going. It's perfect. It's almost perfect. Okay. But that's it for me. I'm exhausted. I am going to bed. It's too much today. Okay. Suggested, yes, I will leave the link down below where I got it. Let me know your experiences, because most people rave about it. I've heard a couple bad things, but yes, it is thin. But yeah, it lasts a long time and it is lightweight. It's just finding the right thing for you. Okay. Bye.
Good job, Mom.
Don't forget, click, like, subscribe.